First, Coach, just take you through that last 30 seconds of the third period right there from your eyes.
You mean the last hour? I really don't know. It starts with when they dropped the puck with 29 seconds left, the clock didn't start. So Ohio State starts banging on the board saying, hey, the clock, just like we would do. And then their goalie knocked the net off to try to get the referee's attention. The rule is in the last 2 minutes of the game, if you do that, it's a penalty or a penalty shot. So obviously we took the penalty shot because there was only 29 seconds left. So that was the explanation as far as the penalty shot. The little skirmish, I think it was just, it was two teams battled really hard for 6 periods, and that was the end. And I don't know what started the skirmish. But thankfully, we have replay, and they can go ahead and take a look at what they saw started it. I'm gonna believe that they got that call right, and then the penalty shot thing was just because their goalie knocked the net off, and within 2 minutes is what the ref told me. If you do that under 2 minutes, it's an automatic penalty or penalty shot. So we chose the penalty shot.
There in that third period also, do you feel like you said yesterday in Columbus, you said your team played well, it's just a lot of unfortunate bounces. Do you feel that was the same kind of thing today?
You know, it was, again, a lot of times sports aren't fair, and you know, we've talked during the course of the year where we've been disappointed with our effort and disappointed with what we call our process. I thought we played good today. I thought Ohio State played good. Our third period, the goal they got, I'll have to go back and watch the video of it, but we had the puck on our stick. We're trying to break a puck out. It was, however it ended up in our net, we were trying to do the right things up until that, and ultimately, they beat us to a puck, I think, and ended up in our net. But then we kept pushing. I mean, we had some unbelievable looks in that third period, and especially with the goalie pulled. Like, we had some chances that were like, how did that stay out, So I thought our guys played good in the third. It wasn't a situation, and even yesterday, like we said, I don't think, I heard, we were, because of Nathan Burke's goal, and we were on ESPN and on NHL Network, and I heard, they collapsed in the third. I don't think that was the case. I mean, we weren't holding on, and we weren't, we didn't, we gave up 2 early ones, and then they scored late, but for the most part, it was pretty good. But I thought our third period was good.
4 of those goals today came off of power plays, and I mean, what you guys were able to do as far as tempo is concerned, I mean, just tell us about the effort that you guys gave out in special teams.
Yeah, we got the 2 power play goals. We thought our power play was just okay early. They were pressuring, and we weren't real clean. A little surprised maybe by the pressure, and didn't handle that great. And then we get the goal by Gabe, which was great to see him score his first goal. And then in the second we get the goal by Sam from Parker. And then Ohio State did the same thing. So it was one of those games where you hope special teams isn't the difference in the game. 5-on-5, we were really good. We did a lot of really good things, and then I think even the penalty kill, just a couple little plays. Again, that's hockey. It was both power plays got 2 goals tonight, but I think our special teams. It'll be interesting to see where we go with the second half with our special teams, because I think they've got the potential to be really good the second half.
Did you get the looks that you wanted in the third period?
Yeah, we had some pucks around the net, a few good chances. Schneitz comes down the slot, and that one, I think he hit the post there. Burke had a real good look there late. Norris had, I think, a good look. We had some opportunities on, and their goalie played really well. Like I think at the end of the day, you have to tip your hat to him, because he played really, really well all weekend.
I was just going to ask about not just their goaltender, but yours as well, Christian. I mean, you're in the middle of the season, you got your freshman goaltender playing back-to-back nights. I mean, just tell us about the effort that, not just Christian, but you mentioned their goaltender as well.
Yeah, it was fun to watch. I mean, both of them are young guys, right? And it was fun to watch them both. I think they probably, I never played the position, but I think they probably fed off each other. They know the other guy in the other end's playing really well, so you got to make sure you're on your game as well. And you look at whether you're in Columbus last night, whether here tonight, you were entertained, and it was good hockey. It wasn't bad hockey, or you saw kids really, really playing hard and selling out, and the effort on both sides was really good, and the goaltending was really good, and you saw some high-end skill plays on power plays, and it was unfortunate. Again, other than the result, what do we have to be frustrated with? But unfortunately, this is a results-based deal.
Was the plan to go with Christian tonight again, or is there?
Christian played. He played really well, and Zach had, like we said on Tuesday, Zach has had a little bit of a nagging injury thing, and he had an appointment with that on Tuesday, and after the appointment, they did some things to manipulate it, and he'd hoped it would feel better, and it didn't feel great. So we felt like, rather than, if we're on the road to recovery there, rather than aggravate it and make it worse, let's just, some time off will do him good. And go ahead.
Can you go back to the decision on who's going to shoot the penalty shot?
We do that on Thursdays during the week, and some of there were 2 or 3 guys that we were thinking about. We talked to the goalies, we talked to the guys on the bench, and Taylor, he's been around here for 4 years, and he has as many options. Some guys have one move, some guys can really shoot. It was Taylor. Berkey was really good. He had a great goal at Northern, and Berkey's pretty good at he's another option. And so we were, again, if I picked the other guy and he scores, it would have been right. But again, this Taylor's been really good in the shootout and for a long time around here, and he scored some big goals. So.
Can you say something about the House tonight? First sellout in 3 years since Ohio State was there last year.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, that's for everybody who came to the building, that's what Falcon hockey is. When I came here in the fall of 1988, and we only had seats on the sides and nothing in the end, and people stood outside as we were walking across the street from the dorms to come play. That's what you remember, and you hear about people standing in line today, and I hope that the people that came really enjoyed the experience, because there are bigger buildings and there are newer buildings, but Slater Family Ice Arena is as good a college rink as there is in the country. It is a electric arena, and the crowd was awesome, and everything about tonight, other than result, was so good.
Dave Chacoin getting his first goal as well, Coach. How special was it?
Yeah, really good for him. He's been a big part of that power play unit, and been a huge. We're really happy to have Gabe. His story's awesome. He's a Division III All-American, and he transfers up and he comes in, and it's fun to see a kid like him, a young man like him, who comes to the rink every day and gives you everything he has and has a smile on his face, and he's just jumped right in with both feet into this program, and it was really cool to see him score that goal tonight. I'm sure he'll never forget it.
Coach, you play 6 regulation periods against the top 20 team in the country, and it's a 1-goal deficit. I mean, what does that say about your guys, especially you mentioned dealing with injuries, and I know the illness bug a little bit there. What does that say about your guys kind of regrouping and putting that effort forward?
Last night on the bus, we talked a lot as coaches on the way home, and you talk in the locker room, and you come here to meet today, and you talk a lot, and if we score in overtime yesterday, we feel awesome, right? But it's still the process, and what we value in the game is still the same. There were the same grade A's, and there were the same face-off percentage and the same number of block shots. So we felt terrible about the result, but we felt great about the process. And our assistant, Stavros and Curtis and I were talking, and they brought up, like, our guys, they showed their hand now. They set up until this point, what was our best weekend? Who knows, right? But now we know exactly what the best weekend was, and we know exactly what, to this point in the year, the best version of the 21-22 BGSU Falcon hockey team looks like. So that's the standard. And we had the best week of practice we've had all year, based on us changing some things and us doing some things a little different, and that the effort and what we asked the guys to focus on this week and this weekend was their effort and their attitude and the discipline. And if that's what their focus looks like, we're going to like the second half.